Ben Shelton celebrated in the only way he knew how after defeating Arthur Fils at the Laver Cup. Ben Shelton brought his famous phone celebration back on day one of the Laver Cup as he clinched victory for Team World in the first match of the tournament. The American was making his debut at the team tournament and explained the gesture to his captain, John McEnroe. It comes just weeks after Novak Djokovic copied the celebration when he beat Shelton at the US Open. Shelton clinched victory over Arthur Fils in the opening match at this year's Laver Cup 7-6, 4, 6-1. The world number 19 got his first call-up for Team World this year and was playing under the guidance of seven-time major champion McEnroe. It was a tight opening set that saw no breaks, and Shelton's Team Europe rival raced to a 4-1 lead in the breaker. But the 20-year-old suddenly kicked into gear, winning 6 points on the bounce to take the opening set. He stormed through the second for the loss of just one game to earn a point for defending champions Team World. And Shelton pulled out his famous phone gesture after the match, putting his hand to his ear after celebrating with his teammates at the bench. He then turned around to McEnroe and explained the meaning to his captain, saying, "Dialed in. That's what we call that. We're dialed in, Johnny Mac," speaking on court after his maiden Laver Cup victory. Shelton said, "I think the crowd really got me going. Having it in Canada, I know it's not the US, but thanks for the Team World support. I really wanted to be able to set the tone with my energy for Team World today, so I think it went pretty well. I'm excited to get on the bench and cheer these guys on for the rest of the day." Discussing his team captain, the 20-year-old added, "His energy is unmatched. Having him as the captain of a team event is amazing. He definitely matches my energy." Shelton had already teased the return of his iconic phone celebration ahead of the tournament. Alongside teammates Tommy Paul and Christopher Eubanks at a photo op earlier in the week, he was asked whether there would be any dialing and hanging up of phones on the team bench. All three men were in agreement that it would be back, though Shelton didn't want someone to use it against him. "But it's gonna hurt if one of these guys clinches a match on my head and goes," he said, gesturing the hanging up while also stomping on the floor. Shelton has already had the celebration used against him. When the world number 19 lost to Djokovic in the semifinal of the US Open, no one replicated the gesture, putting his hand into a photo before hanging it up. The American later said he didn't see it until after the match, adding, "I don't like when I am on social media and I see people telling me how I can celebrate or can't celebrate. You know, I think if you win the match, you deserve to do whatever you want. You know, as a kid growing up, I always learned that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so that's all I have to say about that." Explaining why he imitated Shelton, Djokovic later said, "I just loved Ben's celebration. I thought it was very original, and I copied him. I stole his celebration.